You don't have to love someone, but if you're going to love them exactly where they are. And nobody can hear you go. Hi Lighthearts, it's your girl Kunda and welcome to this week's show, the show where we push for personal progress and prosperity. So today I want us to talk about what to expect when you're dating an entrepreneur. The first thing that you should expect when you're dating an entrepreneur is that the dream may take longer than you think it will. What do people usually celebrate in one day? Like, oh, this person has made it, this person is rolling, this person is happening. Usually is 10 years worth of work, 7 years worth of work. Becoming an entrepreneur or starting a business that is sustainable and that grows isn't an overnight achievement. It takes a long time to get to that point and to achieve that goal. So when you're dating an entrepreneur, you have to understand and realize that this dream, this person may not start buying cars or doing the fun things or traveling or happening in a few months or even in 2 years. Sometimes it may take 5 years. Sometimes it may take 7 years. Sometimes it may take 10 years. So when you get in a relationship with someone who wants to become an entrepreneur, you have to be aware that it will take long. And you have to make a decision. As an individual, no one is, first of all, when a relationship starts between two people, it's two people deciding that they want to be part of this commitment or this entity that they're creating. All right. So as you come into this relationship with this person, you have to know that it may take longer than you think. The road might be rougher, money might be tight. There'll be all these challenges that you experience with this person. So the question is, are you willing to be in a relationship with this person? Do you have what it takes to hold this, to go through this journey with this person? And that's a very hard question that you have to ask yourself and you have to assess yourself. If you can't handle being in a relationship with a person who's on this journey of entrepreneurship, and it's a roller coaster of a ride, and I applaud every man and woman who's in a relationship with a business owner or a person who's an entrepreneur. Like, to be honest, I am an entrepreneur myself. And every time I think about it, like, I don't think I would actually want to date an entrepreneur or be married to an entrepreneur. Maybe if I was working in a full-time job and my mind was in that space, I wouldn't mind getting married to a person like that because then we would have stability in the relationship. But I don't think me being an entrepreneur, I would want to get in a relationship with another entrepreneur because there's just too much energy, too much pressure, too much of everything. Everything is just in 3D. So I don't think I would like to experience that with another person, which is funny that I'm even saying that. But that's just the truth. And the only movie I can think of that people really know about is like Acrimony. That gives us, Acrimony to me is a picture painted of what a journey of an entrepreneur can be. It can take so many years for someone to achieve their goal. And if you're not patient enough, you can quit on them before they achieve whatever God has ordained them to achieve. And then when you leave them, then they happen. And then all of a sudden you're miserable and you want to be part of their journey. And it doesn't happen like that. And then another movie that I watched, I remember another series that hit me hard. And I watched this like 7 years ago, but I still remember it, being Mary Jane. So Mary Jane in the movie was dating this guy and he wanted to be an entrepreneur. And for a long time, things weren't happening for him and her career took off. Things were happening for her. And all of a sudden she thought that, I can't support this person. He's just not happening. Things aren't happening for him. And, she just got tired of being there for him and waiting on him to make it. And things were happening for her. So Mary Jane broke up with the guy. I can't remember the character's name, but she broke up with him. And then a few years later, this guy started happening. His life just turned around. And one time when he got investors on board, his business was happening, he actually invited Mary Jane to his investors party. And the point was just to show her that eventually he started to happen, But okay, yeah. Long story short, Mary Jane wanted him back and he just couldn't be with her because he couldn't trust her to stick around if things were bad. So if you're going to get in a relationship with an entrepreneur, you have to just know that it may take longer. If you don't have the patience to wait, please don't even attempt getting into such a relationship. You'll be frustrated and you'll frustrate this other person who has this dream. So if you find yourself in a situation where you think this person's dreams aren't happening as fast as you want them to happen and you get frustrated, I want to remind you that they're not the problem. So you have to decide for yourself whether you want to stay in that relationship and love that person where they are and support them, or you want to get out of that relationship. But you cannot stay in the relationship and try to just choke it out of them, So, and it's not for you to decide when this dream happens or how it happens, no one knows. And that's just the truth. So you have to be willing to go the whole way with this person or not even do it with them. And if you decide, you think, okay, no, I can't do this, it's not for me, that's fine as well. But then also remember, when the battery hits, acrimony, but when it starts to happen for them, when they start to happen, just stay away. It's not really cool when you leave someone because they're not happening, and then when they start to happen, you want to come back in the picture. That's not cool. So that's just what I wanted to share with you. And I feel like it's a very important thing that you have to understand. The journey of an entrepreneur is a wild one. It's a roller coaster, and it's not easy even on the person themselves, the person with the dream. But then, if you're like me, sometimes you just feel like you have this thing in you can't explain, and you just have to go with it. The joys, the pain, the highs, the lows, all of it. So if you're going to decide to be in a relationship with such a person, you have to understand that it's not going to be easy, and it may take longer for you guys to start enjoying the successes of their labor. So if you can't handle that, you have a choice to make. But don't make them the villain and the bad person for having that dream, or for having that vision, or for even being bold and brave enough to follow and chase that dream. So that is all I had to say to you today. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends and family and tell them about this channel. So we're all about progress and all about just reminding each other of the things that we should do in order to achieve our best lives. If you've heard any noises from the kids, excuse them, but yeah, we have kids around. So I'm so happy that I have done this video for you, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Till next week, I love you all. Take care and bye-bye.